streaming live on News8000.com. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
I'm Jeff Andrews.
It is Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. So making our way through January, through the new year. Unfortunately, we're kind of off to a gloomy start this year, aren't we?
Yeah, quiet, but yeah, gloomy. Another day ahead like yesterday, a lot of cloud cover. We may change it up a little bit with, I know you're hoping to see some snow.
Yes, a little bit.
A little bit, that would be the key today. Pretty thick cloud cover, that along with a breeze, that kept our temperatures up a bit. You see, we're in most spots really above freezing, really. Sparta, Black River Falls, about 32, La Crosse, 34, 32 in Eau Claire, Prairie du Chien, 33, 34 in Boscobel. We probably won't go too far as the temperatures today, maybe a little bit up and down. Northwest breeze about 10 miles an hour. Pretty minimal as far as any kind of sunshine today. For Eau Claire, about 31 for the high temperature. Now we have a cold front that's going to pass across the area today. With that, flurries, potentially some light snow. Cool seasonal temperatures, actually a little bit above. And we do have some sunshine to show you and also another opportunity, perhaps of some light snow. That includes the weekend. We'll go through that in your full forecast about 10 minutes away. Alexandra?
All right, Jeff, we'll see you then. Thank you. Time now for the stories we're following this morning. The Israel-Hamas conflict is starting to reach beyond its borders after one of Hamas's most senior officials was killed in a drone strike while in the Lebanese capital of Beirut. Some analysts are raising concerns the conflict could now go regional and send shipping and oil prices skyrocketing. Amy Kiley has the latest on the Israel-Hamas conflict.
This is a tinderbox right now.
Fears are growing the Israel-Hamas war will spread and oil prices will rise.
It shows Hamas that the Israelis will target Hamas leaders wherever they are, not just in Gaza, but across the region and indeed across the world.
A U.S. official says Israel is behind the assassination of Hamas deputy leader Salah al-Aruri in Lebanon yesterday. His death has extremists in that country calling for revenge.
Hezbollah announced that it will retaliate for this assassination.
This is the kind of thing that the Biden administration has been worried about.
That could spread the conflict north of Israel, just as the situation is also heating up to the south. Iran is stationing a naval vessel in the Red Sea after the U.S. sank 3 Houthi boats there. That group has Iran's backing, and it's threatening the vital trade route.
Confronting an entire carrier strike group from the United States is just, it has the potential for explosive activity.
If oil tankers can't get through the Red Sea, they might have to take longer, more expensive journeys. That could increase the cost of oil and drive up prices at the pump.
And Israel, meanwhile, not confirming nor denying they were involved in that assassination of Hamas's deputy leader. The U.S. military, meanwhile, will continue to have a presence at a Qatar airbase for another 10 years. According to 3 U.S. defense officials, the two countries reached an agreement behind closed doors. The Al Udeid Air Base will be the largest U.S. military installation in the Middle East, and it's expected to house more than 10,000 American service members. The agreement comes just a month after the Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin visited the base, and also comes as the U.S. military has boosted its presence in the region following threats from Iran-backed militant groups. The Justice Department has opened a new indictment against New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez. In the new indictment, prosecutors allege the Democratic senator has also received gifts from the country of Qatar as part of a years-long corruption scheme. This comes just months after Menendez was indicted for allegedly acting as a foreign agent for Egypt. Menendez denying any wrongdoing and says he will not step down from the Senate amid calls for his resignation. Former President Donald Trump has filed an appeal against the Maine Secretary of State's decision to remove him from the primary ballot in that state. In the lawsuit, the GOP frontrunner accusing the Secretary of State of bias and is asking for the court to overturn her decision and put him back on the ballot. In her decision last week, the Secretary of State said she had the legal obligation to remove Trump from the state's ballot due to his alleged actions during the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. The Biden administration is calling for the U.S. Supreme Court to allow Border Patrol agents to cut razor wire put up at the southern border. Last year, Texas sued to stop the removal of that wire, saying it was destruction of state property. Following the lawsuit, a federal appeals court ordered a halt to cutting the controversial security wire. In response, the Justice Department is now filing an emergency application asking the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn that decision. The Biden administration says agents cut the razor wire to bring medical aid to migrants. House Speaker Mike Johnson and other Republican lawmakers are expected to visit the U.S.-Mexico border today. The group is expected to hold a press conference in Eagle Pass, Texas, discussing the Biden administration's border policies. Today's expected visit comes as the Senate is expected to resume negotiations next week on a border funding package that would also include funding for both Ukraine and Israel. And back here at home, demolition is underway on a La Crosse building often referred to as the Meth Motel. The former America's Best Value Inn is what we're talking about on Rose Street. Near the I-90 ramp, it's being torn down by crews. Quick Trip purchased the property last fall and was granted demolition approval last month. The gas station chain already operates an active location adjacent to the now demolished inn. The gas station chain does not plan to develop the new space until next year. Helping people with disabilities find independence is the goal of a new $22 million housing project just approved by the La Crosse Judiciary and Administration Committee. Haven on Main is a development project aiming to build a 74-unit building between State and Main, as well as 9th and 10th Streets in La Crosse. Local nonprofits serving the disabled community approve, saying it'll help their residents find accessible and affordable housing. The proposal now goes before the full Common Council for final approval. It is a new year, new look for La Crosse's Valley View Mall. Two City of La Crosse committees voting to approve the demolition of the old Macy's. And as Allison Fergit reports, La Crosse residents have mixed opinions on what should replace it.
The end of an era. Illinois development group GMX is looking to demolish the old Macy's.
I guess it's just kind of sitting there anyway, so you might as well do something with it.
Along with the demolition, the mall could see the construction of 3 new restaurants and a potential car wash. While some community members are excited about the potential change,
well, I think it would be good to have something here instead of it just being an empty, wasted space right now.
Well, they should use it if they're not going to use it for Macy's.
others are disappointed.
I think that they need to find something to go in there. I think that they need it to stay put. You know, this mall is failing. I'd like to see another larger store come back in, you know.
The new restaurants that could open on the site are being described as a coffee shop, an Asian restaurant, and a chicken restaurant.
You want the Raising Cane's?
Yeah, I like chicken, so yeah.
A spokesperson for Raising Cane's said the fast food chain plans to open for business in La Crosse in May 2025.
Why not turn it into something that people want to go to use, and to make better?
La Crosse City Council member Aaron Goggin, who represents the Valley View Mall area, says the proposal is an opportunity for the city.
It's just a good use of property without disrupting a neighborhood or something else for these same businesses.
If the resolution gets final approval from the city, we could see action in the next few months.
I think you'll start seeing some stuff happen in February. So February through April, I think you'll see the demolition start.
And for Goggin, the sooner, the better.
And it just goes to show that La Crosse is a growing community and businesses want to locate here. And we're happy to have them.
In La Crosse, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
The resolution was passed by the City Plan Commission and the Judiciary and Administration Committee. Next, it heads to the Common Council for final approval. The time now is 5:09. Still to come on your news this morning, a baby formula maker issuing a massive recall for nearly 700,000 cans of formula. We'll tell you how to figure out if you need to throw out any of the formula you have for your baby.
It's an American classic, the soda fountain. I'm Michael George with the history of these iconic businesses and where you can still find them serving up delicious treats today.
And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Even the smallest person can change the course of history. Put on your cloaks and get ready for adventure. Today is J.R.R. Tolkien Day. The great author who created the land of Middle-earth was born on this day in 1892. He began writing lore for what would later become The Lord of the Rings as a British soldier fighting in the trenches of World War I. After living through combat, Tolkien went on to serve as a professor at the University of Oxford. He published the book The Hobbit in 1936, while his most famous work, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, came out later in 1954. Since then, the fantasy epic has sold more than 150 million copies in 38 different languages, as well as being turned into Oscar-winning films. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news at News 8 Now this morning is just after the break.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Buy a sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or sausage McGriddles and get one for $1.
Want luxury hair repair that doesn't cost $50? Pantene's Pro Vitamin Formula repairs hair, as well as the leading luxury bonding treatment for softness and resilience without the price tag. If you know it's Pantene.
Listen, your deodorant just has to work. I use Secret, aluminum free. Just swipe and it lasts all day. Secret helps eliminate odor instead of just masking it. And hours later, I still smell fresh. Secret works. Oh, yes.
Join today's shoppers as they explore Sweet Valley Artisans.
There's so many good things here. How do you pick just one? You don't.
I've been looking for someone to hang in my garage.
What about this? Or this?
Vintage clothing and accessories? Let's check it out. Have you found anything yet? Yeah?
I'm getting hungry just looking at this.
I know what you mean.
Stop in and find your treasure today.
It's about passion. It's about achievement. It's about hands-on. It's in our history. It's in our present and future. It's time to explore what Chippewa Valley Technical College is all about. Find us online at cvtc.edu and see what's in it for you.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, farm is in our name, so you know we're animal experts, offering the quality pet food, supplies, and advice you need for healthy, happy pets. Right now, get a free $20 gift card when you spend $100 on Hill's Science Diet dog or cat food, 40-pound bags of black oil sunflower seed, $21.99, and save on Blaine's antifreeze and coolant, $10.79 a gallon. Plus, order select pet and animal prescriptions online at blainesrx.com.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Hi folks, Harvey Wood of Wood Sales and Service here. If you're tired of high heating costs in the winter and looking for an affordable solution to keep your home cozy during those chilly months, Wood Sales and Service is your central outdoor boiler connection. Say goodbye to traditional heating systems. Slash your heating bills and embrace the natural warmth of a central outdoor boiler at Wood Sales and Service in Black River Falls. Experience the Wood Sales advantage of service before and after the sale. Wood Sales and Service, Black River Falls, family owned and operated for 55 years. WoodSalesService.com.
Good morning, glad you're with us on your Wednesday. It's almost 5:13 right now. We have cloud cover across the area. Now, I see some stray flurries. Really for us, it's just some pretty heavy-duty cloud cover. Thus, the temperatures haven't dropped a whole lot. Viroqua was at 30, 33 La Crosse, 32 Eau Claire, Black River Falls and Sparta around 32. The wind's generally west-northwest. It's not windy, but a little more of a breeze today. That tends to help keep the temperatures up, too. It mixes the atmosphere up. It's not going to be a super windy day, too, but you'll notice the winds. The highs expected today, Coulee region, about 34 Bangor, 33 West Salem, Berry Mills. We're generally at that right now. I suspect the temperature is going to go up and down a little bit through the course of the day. Nothing overly exciting. Our southern zones, Viroqua 32, Soldiers Grove 33, Gays Mills 33, New Albin 33, 34 for the Lansing high today. Working away a little bit further north, Blair 33, 34 for Fountain City, also 34 for the high in Alma. Chippewa Valley, tad cooler generally. Cornell 32, 31 for the high in Altoona. You're outside waiting for a ride, hanging out. upper 20s. We may drop back a little bit. It's going to be chilly and cloudy. We go through the day. You may notice a little bit of light snow. That's probably going to be a little later on this morning. All right, any more rain or perhaps snow this week? We'll go through that. I have your full forecast in about 5 minutes. Alexandra has our consumer news now.
The value of Elon Musk's biggest acquisition is dropping fast. The billionaire bought the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, in late 2022. He spent $44 billion to get a hold of that company, which he said he wanted to use to promote free speech. But things haven't gone quite as planned. The Tesla CEO has been criticized for allowing misinformation and hate speech to spread on X. Also, he's facing backlash for laying off half of the company's workforce. Now, investment giant Fidelity says its stake in X has plummeted to a value of $5.5 million. That number down from $20 million in October 2022. Something to watch out for if you have a baby at home. Infant formula maker Mead Johnson is recalling nearly 700,000 batches of its Nutramigen formula, which is known for infants with allergies to cow's milk. According to the FDA, the recalled formula is at risk of exposure to a rare but dangerous bacteria, which can be fatal to infants. Now, no illnesses have been reported at this time, but experts say it's better to be safe than sorry and throw out these cans of formula. You can find a list of the affected batches at fda.gov. Speaking of things to look out for, an outbreak of avian bird flu is hitting Northern California. While the illness doesn't normally infect humans, when it does, it can be serious. And the surge in California is having a big impact you may not expect. It's bringing down egg production, and with fewer eggs being harvested on poultry farms, some analysts say you can expect a price jump in the near future.
There's going to be an effect on the market. We're going to see perhaps eggs not available in the market. We may see the price of eggs increase.
I was shopping yesterday at Lucky's here in Petaluma, and they had no eggs. None. Not an egg on the shelf.
People own backyard chickens, and they can get wiped out even if they only have 5 chickens. So they've got to be sure when they go into their backyards every morning, they have clean clothes, clean shoes, clean everything.
The outbreak is having an especially big effect on small family-owned farms, which typically operate with narrower profit margins. So far, over 3 million birds have been euthanized in California. Starting in the 1920s, almost every neighborhood had a corner soda shop. They reached the height of their popularity in the 40s and 50s, but even now, decades later, some business owners are keeping the classic American tradition alive. Michael George has more on the legacy of the soda fountain.
At Brooklyn Pharmacy, soda jerk and co-owner Peter Freeman is serving up a little taste of the old days. This is one of just a handful of soda fountains still operating. Soda shops were once an iconic part of American culture, where teens and families would gather for an egg cream or an ice cream sundae.
1930s, there was maybe 125,000 soda fountains. As of today, there's maybe 125.
For Lena Deegan, who's in her 90s, coming here is like stepping into a time machine.
Oh my God, me and my husband, we used to always hang out there.
Here, the sights, sounds, and flavors are just the way people remember. Freeman says the draw is more than desserts.
We make memories here. We make experience here. Soda fountains are incredibly social, and it's one of the real beauties of a soda fountain, is it brings people together.
These businesses faded as new inventions like the bottle cap made it easier to have soda at home. But some say it's time for the corner soda shop to make a comeback.
Brings back a lot of memories.
They've disappeared. And what we lose, not just as Americans, but as humans, is a human connection.
A reminder of how old-fashioned socializing
delicious
can make every day a little bit sweeter.
Soda fountains originally got their start in pharmacies in the mid-1800s because people once thought seltzer could cure physical ailments. That does it for your morning consumer news. The time now is 5:19. Time to check in with News 8 meteorologist Jeff Andrews and get a look at today's forecast.
If you have City Cam 8 right now, things are quiet across the area. You step 2 out the door. It's a little on the chilly side, but no snow to deal with. Probably not scraping the windshields either. There's a system to our north. You see where there is some light snow activity. That's going to sweep across during the course of our morning. That brings us the opportunity, maybe seeing a little bit of light snow, but mainly it's just thick cloud cover across our area right now. It's 33 in La Crosse with a little bit of a breeze, west-northwest, about 5 miles an hour. Feels like 29. Visibility is real good. Eau Claire is at 32 right now, feels like 26. The winds, they're there, but they're light, west, northwest for the most part. All right, the bigger picture, what's going on? All right, we've got the cloud cover, the chance of the light snow today. Not much going on. I'm watching what's going on out to the west. This here, that could potentially impact us over the weekend. At this point, it's not looking like a whole lot. Our Thursday, we should see things clear off a bit. High pressure briefly for us. And we cloud back in on our Friday. You see the system looks to be tracking to our south, all right? So really, at this point, the weekend, maybe just a lot of cloud cover. All right, today, here's that cold front. It's going to sweep across the area. Along that, ahead of that, we could see some light snow, mainly in the morning hours. Notice already, probably before we hit dark, it's going to start clearing off. Of course, that's going to let the temperatures drop off tonight. Sunshine for our Thursday, more so than today, but still, you can see some spots are going to have some cloud cover on our Thursday as well. Once again, Friday comes back around with the cloud cover. Highs today, generally, we may have hit them already. We're not going to move a whole lot, I suspect. Kind of waffle a little bit in the low, mid-30s perhaps today. Winona 34, 33 La Crosse, Viroqua, about 31. Same for Eau Claire. All right, compared to normal, we're still a bit above normal, closer to, but you can see we're still in that 5 to 10 degrees, warmer than normal, even as we've cooled off a bit as we roll through today and really the better part of the week. Tonight, down to 16 with those clear skies. Thursday, more sunshine, a little cooler, 30 for the high temperature. Friday, more cloud cover. We got a couple chilly nights in there as well, but still mid-20s, really. That's closer to our normal high temperature. Mostly cloudy on Saturday, high at 36. Sunday, perhaps some scattered flurries, a high at 35. Better chance of seeing something measurable as we get into the early portion of next week. Alexandra?
All right, Jeff, we will take it. Thank you. Time now is 5:21. Still ahead on your morning news. Did you know your four-legged friends can help you stick to your New Year's resolutions? Coming up, we'll take a look at some ways owning a pet can help motivate you to keep yourself and your furry friends healthy.
Conference play continuing last night on the hardwood for a few of our area high school squads. Plus, the Badgers were back on the court taking on rival Iowa. All those highlights coming up in the Blitz.
There are many reasons to join the Y. Building endurance, losing weight, strengthening your heart. When you join the Y, you're committing to more than simply becoming healthier. You're supporting the values and programs that strengthen community. Join the Y today.
We all need fiber for our digestive health, but less than 10% of us get enough each day. Good thing Metamucil gummies are an easy way to get prebiotic plant-based fiber with the same amount of fiber as 2 cups of broccoli. Metamucil gummies, the easy way to get your daily fiber.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
Pischke Motors has been family-owned and operated since 1920 and have you to thank for our continued success. Stop by our dealership in West Salem or La Crosse to find the Ram you're looking for. Get in a Ram 1500 Laramie or Bighorn today. We've got great deals on new Rams right now. When you find the perfect truck, you'll feel it.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
We all know how weather goes around here. So why not take the First Warn team with you? Stay weather aware with hourly temps and conditions, video forecasts, and interactive radar. And the best part? It's easy to use. Here, try it.
When you feel that chill in the air, make sure your furnace will keep you comfortable.
Call GNT Heating and Air Conditioning. Quality you can count on, experience you can trust.
With over 50 years of combined experience, G&T services residential and commercial within 50 miles of West Salem.
News 8 Now and the Co-op Credit Union are taking part in Chase the Chill.
Chase the Chill is a project across North America that provides warm clothing to people in need. Scarves, hats, and gloves are hung on trees in parks with notes attached to them, letting people know they can take them.
Co-op Credit Union and our community are conducting our own Chase the Chill campaign from December through February.
Together, we can keep our community warm this winter.
Donations will be accepted at the Co-op Credit Union location in Alaska.
Become a better you with the help and support of the Y. Join us for Interval Zone, a high-intensity interval class to give you a total body workout. Try small group training and work out with a few friends. You can be stronger and living better through the help of the Y.
The Board Store Home Improvements family wishes you a Happy New Year. Visit soon to plan your 2024 home improvement project. It's never too early to dream.
Welcome to the Blitz. The holiday season has finally come and gone, and now the focus is back on the hardwood. High school teams are gearing up to make a big run toward the state tournament in March. Conference play continuing last night for a few of our area squads in the MVC. Let's start in Alaska. Hilltoppers looking for their third straight conference win of the season, hosting Sparta. Hilltoppers wasting no time. Noah Chenault going right to the cup, puts it in with a nice finish. Alaska takes the lead, and it wouldn't stop there. Adam Skifton going QB mode, full court pass to Evan Anderson. He throws down the two-handed slam, makes it look easy. A few minutes later, Ian Cole finds Anderson, Euro step, knocks down the N1. Hilltoppers roll at home 85-45. Anderson led the way with 15. Let's keep it in the MVC. Conference rivals clashing in Holmen. Vikings hosting Toma. Home team hot in the first half. Danica Raban connects from downtown. Holmen goes up 14. Other end, Timberwolves hanging tough. Riel Pfluger wide open in the corner. She knocks down the three. That cuts the deficit back to 11. But the Vikings answer right back. Great passing from Holmen. Charlie Casey finding Izzy Jar for the score. Lead back up to 14 for the home team. Then this time it's Jar returning the favor. Nice pass to Casey. She puts it in. Holmen gets a big conference win at home. Vikings take it 65-41. Let's head to Galesville. GET back at home. Redhawks playing host to Mauston. First half action. Redhawks swinging it. Taylor Haney, corner three. Book it. GET goes up by 7. Golden Eagles clawing back though. Kyle Dahl motoring his way to the cup. Tough finish going to his left. That cuts it to 5. Redhawks respond though. Brecken Ebersold in the corner. He drains the triple. Lead up to 8 for GET. And then it's Kyle Sealing heating up. Look at this ball movement by the Redhawks. The junior spots up, knocks down the 3. Same spot, same result for Sealing. Redhawks in complete control. Then check this out, off the steal. Cody Schmitz all alone. The senior throws it down. Redhawks roll to the win, 74-55. Let's go to Bangor High for a little non-conference doubleheader against Blair Taylor. Cardinals got going early. Chase Horseman, nice find down low to Willis Pollock. Bucket plus the foul, Bangor leads. Wildcats not going anywhere though. Michael Waldera behind the arc buries the 3. Blair Taylor now in front. Later in the half, it's Horseman showing off the post moves, lays it in. Bangor back on top now. Horseman, he was locked in. Check this out. No look pass finds Nolan Mitchek cutting to the hoop. That's good for 2. Wildcats keep it close, but the Cardinals hang on for the win, 74-68. Then it was the girls' turn. Bangor entering the night with just 1 loss on the season. Close game late in the first half. Kara Cavendini finds Anna Frank from downtown. That finds the bottom of the net. Cardinals lead it. Blair Taylor putting up a fight, though. Andy Beck finds Andrea Waldera in transition off the glass and in. Wildcats tie it, and then it's Beck from 3. She knocks it down. Wildcats would lead at the break, but after the break, Frank takes over. She finds Aubrey Langer on the fast break. That's good for 2. Then Frank would do it herself. Pulls up from 3. That's cash. Frank finishes with 26. Cardinals get the win, 64-47. Badgers back on the hardwood. Wisconsin taking on conference rival Iowa. First half, Stephen Crowell throws it down. We're tied at 16. Then later in the first, Badgers up 2 now off the steal. Wisconsin with numbers. Max Klesmit to AJ Storr for the flush. Storr had 16, Badgers up 4. Then Wisconsin pulling away in the second half. Chucky Hepburn off the backboard to Storr for the slam. Badgers begin 2024 with the win over the rival Hawkeyes, 83-72. That's going to do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Hardee's Double Deals start at $2.99. Choose a double cheeseburger, bacon double cheeseburger, or new barbecue bacon double cheeseburger. $2.99 never looked so good. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
To 50 years with my best friend and my soulmate.
The Quicker Picker-Upper. Only Bounty absorbs spills like a sponge, and Bounty is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less and get the job done with 1.
You've got a bit of your face on your face.
Bounty, the Quicker Picker-Upper. And get 4 rolls in 1 with the Bounty Mega Roll, our longest lasting roll.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, farm is in our name, so you know we're animal experts, offering the quality pet food, supplies, and advice you need for healthy, happy pets. Right now, save $2 on all Blaine's Farm and Fleet dog and cat food. 40-pound bags of Blaine's wild bird food, just $15.99. Keep you and your pets warm with Easy Heat wood fuel pellets, just $4.99 a bag. Plus, order select pet and animal prescriptions online at blainesrx.com.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Who wants free furniture? This month only, one lucky Wesco shopper will have their entire furniture order refunded. That's right, get your entire furniture order refunded. Will it be you? Plus, everyone gets up to 20% off in select departments store-wide. Did I mention free furniture? This month only, one lucky Wesco shopper will have their entire furniture order refunded. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone from US Cellular.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
The top-notch teacher is really important to our organization. You know, our family's been giving back, and our team for 5 generations, over 100 years, because our mission statement is to keep people moving. And as I think about the greater La Crosse region, our teachers is what keeps our kids moving, what keeps our community moving. And so it really aligns well with what we're up about at Dahl Automotive, giving back. Our teachers are just so important, so if we can support them in any way, then that makes a big difference.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Welcome back. It's 5:32. A new study finds that problem-solving skills training for parents of children with chronic health conditions improves the well-being of the entire family. The JAMA study finds the training improves the quality of life while also lowering parental depression, pediatric mental problems, and leads to less parent-child conflict. The training teaches ways to properly address and work through a problem. Well, yesterday we gave you a few tips on how you can stick to your 2024 resolutions all year long. One thing we didn't tell you is that having a 4-legged friend can also help motivate you to reach your goals. Mandy Gaither takes a closer look at how pets can help keep your healthy New Year's resolutions going forever.
It's 2024, and if you're looking to make a healthy change in the new year, a furry friend may be just what you need.
There's a variety of ways that pets can play a role in helping people through the holidays, throughout the year.
Stephanie Filer with Shelter Animals Count says pets can keep you motivated to move, whether it's taking a dog or a cat on a walk outside or playing in the backyard. Staying active can benefit you both. Filer says animals can also boost mental health and allow for social connection, not only to your pet, but others you may meet when you're out.
You can connect with dog owners, you can connect with your neighbors more, and it just really helps reduce isolation, especially for seniors or people that are homebound.
If your resolution is to eat healthier, there are many foods which are good for you and your pet. Just research which fruits, veggies, and proteins are safe.
It can be everything from carrots and green beans and apples, and then, fish and chicken. And even for cats, they enjoy small amounts of salmon and eggs and chicken and turkey and cheese and all kinds of things.
Finally, Filer says saving an animal can help you feel good in the new year.
Whether it's adoption or fostering on a temporary basis, bringing an animal in that is in need of a good home is something that can absolutely give you a sense of pride and increase your mental health as well.
And studies show that owning a pet can have several other health benefits, including decreased blood pressure, lower cholesterol and triglyceride levels, as well as helping you deal with feelings of loneliness and anxiety. What better way to kick off the new year than with a brand new bundle of joy? Both Gunderson and Mayo Clinic in La Crosse welcoming their first babies of the new year. At Mayo Health Clinic, Iana was born to Maria and Rogelio at 4:23 a.m. Monday, weighing in at a healthy 7 pounds and 7 ounces. And over at Gunderson, Noah was born to Jenna and Nick at 12:15 a.m. He weighs in at 8 pounds 11 ounces. Noah's parents say they're excited to watch him grow up.
We're excited, so we're ready to get home, get into somewhat of a routine as much as we can, and just watch him grow up, and that's what we're most excited about.
No doubt.
So,
start making memories.
And Iana's parents say they named her after a local religious figure.
Especialmente se lo pusimos.
We chose the name especially because of a little virgin that's found in the sanctuary. It's the Virgin of Guadalupe.
They add that their first child, you see him there, is excited to be a big brother. Both families have been discharged and are ready to start the next chapter of their lives. La Crosse's Salvation Army rang in a jolly record this year. Over $300,000 was donated to the Red Kettle campaign, jingling past the totals from both 2021 and 2022. In just the final week, a whopping $98,000 came in to push the campaign over the record mark. Dedicated bell ringers and generous monetary donations helped make the season bright for the Salvation Army. They extend a big thank you to all who chipped in to the kettles and helped spread holiday cheer this year.
From the Salvation Army, I just want to say thank you. The way the community has come about with their strong support, both financial, volunteer hours, and just keeping us relevant here in the community is great.
Now, if you didn't get a chance to donate to the Red Kettle campaign, you can still contribute to the overall Christmas campaign for the Salvation Army. That ends January 31st. We have that information for you on news8000.com. As the holidays come to a close, so does the Keep the Wreath Green initiative. That's a nationwide campaign to remind residents the importance of fire safety during the holidays. News 8 Now's Shaquille Davis has the story for us.
Annually, 7 departments in our area will put a wreath out in front of the stations, and it's just a visual reminder for our residents to keep fire safety in mind.
Those departments are in La Crescent, La Crosse, and the surrounding areas. The campaign starts after Thanksgiving and ends on the New Year. Onalaska's Assistant Fire Chief, Jeremy Southworth, explains the color selection of the bulbs on the wreath.
Our goal is to keep as many green bulbs in the wreath as possible. So every structure fire that we have will replace one of those green bulbs with a red bulb.
When residents drive by and see the wreath, with or without a red bulb, it's a reminder to do the little things during the holidays to keep safe.
Never leaving cooking unattended. Cooking fires are the #1 reason for structure fires, followed closely unattended burning of candles.
Southworth also says that while using a space heater, remember to keep at least 3 feet clear of objects. Also, get your chimney and furnaces inspected. And one more thing.
It's a good time to check your smoke detectors, and if you don't have them, make sure you install one on each floor or in every bedroom.
As for how you all did as a community to keep the infernos down this holiday season, Southworth has some very good news.
This is one of the lower years historically for us as a region. We have being only 4 bulbs, and just one of those was this weekend, and so we hung out at 3 for quite a while.
It is 5:38. Time to check in with News 8 meteorologist Jeff Andrews to tell us what to expect for that morning commute. What can we expect out there, Jeff?
Similar to yesterday, not a whole lot. Now we get a little further into the day, perhaps some flakes, maybe light snow. Not expecting accumulation, thus get the green light across the day. I think a little later on this morning as the cold front sweeps across the area, the system sweeps northwest to southeast. We could get clipped with a little bit. This is what we're seeing right now. You can really see how it is likely to make that northwest to southeast trajectory through the course of our morning. Current temperatures right now actually not all that bad. The winds, the cloud cover has kept us up. Winona 34, La Crosse 33, Sparta and Viroqua 30 right now. Anybody in the 20s? Not really, off to the west a little bit. Generally, we're right around the 30, low 30s mark. 33, cloudy skies are high today with a flurry potential. West, perhaps northwest winds about 10 miles an hour. Tonight down to 16. We're going to see some clearing tonight. That is part of the reason why. 31 the high. Eau Claire today down to a chilly 14 tonight. What's the pattern with our temperatures? Is this taking us to a colder direction? I'll go through that. I have your full forecast. That is coming up here pretty quick. Next, as a matter of fact. But our Buzz Report, in that the author of the Game of Thrones has 3 new spin-offs in the works with HBO. We're going to take a look at that in just a few minutes and tell you why the newly announced shows might be a whole lot different than our previous journeys to the 7 kingdoms. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Want luxury hair repair that doesn't cost $50? Pantene's Pro Vitamin Formula repairs hair, as well as the leading luxury bonding treatment for softness and resilience without the price tag. If you know it's Pantene.
For fast sore throat relief, try Vicks VapoCool Drops with 2 times more menthol per drop and powerful Vicks Vapors to vaporize sore throat pain. Vicks VapoCool Drops, vaporize sore throat pain.
Revive Wellness Spa is partnering with News 8 Now to bring you Wellness Wednesday. During our morning or noon news on Wednesdays, tune in to find ways to get healthy and stay healthy.
I'm Peyton Danowitz with News 8, and this is another Wellness Wednesday. Today, we're at Revive Wellness Spa, and I'm joined by Chloe, who's going to talk to us about some of the benefits of using an infrared sauna. Chloe, what are the health benefits of using an infrared sauna?
There are a ton of different benefits for using the sauna. The ones that most people think about when they think about a sauna is the weight loss, detoxification, immune support, and improved circulation.
How often should somebody use the sauna?
Depending on their goals and what they're using the sauna for, we recommend about 1 to 3 times a week, but we mostly see people come in about 2 to 3 times a week.
Is it expensive?
At least here at Revive, it shouldn't be, because we have our intro offers, so everyone can try the sauna out for the first time at a discounted price. And then we offer a punch pack that is discounted as well, so people can really use the experience.
What makes Revive sauna different or better than using a traditional sauna?
Most traditional saunas are steam saunas, so they use rocks and heat to heat the outside of the room. Infrared saunas use heat and infrared light to heat the body from within. So you're mostly heating your body to detox that way.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Chloe. That all sounds like great information. For more information, you can visit revivelacrosse.com.
News 8 Now and Revive Wellness Spa are committed to getting the Cooley region healthy with Wellness Wednesday.
Almost 5:45. Thanks for being with us this morning. 5:43. Another quiet start to our day today. No big shockers, anomalies as you head to and out the door. Chilly, yes. Abnormally chilly for January, no. You see what's going on? There is actually a low quite a ways to the north, but sweeping around that, maybe light flurry, or yeah, I'd probably say light flurries, really. A lot of cloud cover for us, perhaps some light snow. Generally for us across the area, it's cloudy right now. It's 33 in La Crosse. See, it feels like. We have a light wind from the west-northwest at 5 miles an hour. It's knocking it down a little bit. In Eau Claire, feels like 26 under cloudy skies with a west. It's showing west-southwest. Generally, yes. The winds are going to be west-northwest as we get into the day today. That doesn't necessarily bring in warmer air for us. On Sky Tracker nationally, anything really, Florida's got some storm activity. For us, a lot of cloud cover right now. As I take you through our day today, the cold front sweeps across the area. On the backside of that, we have some clearing for our Thursday. I'm watching this developing potentially for our weekend. At this point, it looks to track to our south, really. As we roll into Friday, we cloud back up again. This is the way this evolves, so we'll see how that plays out. Closer shot, the cold front goes across the area. You can see a few flakes along the way during the day today. Then we clear off later on this afternoon into the evening. Clear skies, letting the temperatures drop off. We should have a sunny start to our Thursday, but there'll be some cloud cover along the way on our Thursday as well. Notice we cloud back up as we get into our Friday. High temperatures today probably aren't going to move a whole lot from where we're at right now. Mainly low mid-30s is where we're sitting right now. Showing highs 33 in La Crosse, 31 Eau Claire today, Ladysmith 31, 33 Prairie du Chien, Decorah about 32. You factor in the winds, it's not going to knock down our temperatures a whole lot as far as what it feels like. You can see, I'll pick the noon hour, we're on 32, maybe 10 degrees or so. It's going to feel chillier, but by January standards, no big deal. All right, under the clear skies tonight, we're going to drop down. Check it out, 16, but that's as chilly as it gets generally over the next 8 days. So sunshine for our Thursday, up to 30 for the high. Mostly cloudy for our Friday, up to 34. Saturday, mostly cloudy, about 36. I could see us getting some light snow, maybe some flurries on Sunday. During the morning hours, perhaps 35. Better chance of seeing something measurable, and it could be in the form of snow, along with a little bit of rain in there as we get to Monday night into Tuesday. A little early to narrow that down. All right, Alexander has our Buzz Report right now.
Jeremy Renner is kicking off 2024 with a new musical diary that celebrates his miraculous recovery from that freak accident that nearly claimed his life a year ago. Renner was hospitalized on New Year's Day 2023 as a result of a snowplow accident. The Avenger star suffered 30 broken bones in the incident and spent 10 weeks relearning how to walk. Now he's marking the anniversary of his survival with a new single. The two-time Oscar nominee says the song, which is called Wait, is a story of, quote, life, death, recovery, and all the things I learned along the way.
I've been working on these books since, 1991, really.
George R.R. Martin looks a little bit like Santa Claus, which makes his newest announcement something of a late Christmas present for Game of Thrones fans. The fantasy writer says he's working on not one, not two, but 3 animated Westeros spin-offs with HBO. One is titled 9 Voyages and will tell the story of Lord of the Tides, Corlys Velaryon, a popular character on previous spin-off House of the Dragon. The Hugo Award winner is also still working on the Song of Ice and Fire book series with no release date set for its next installment.
My kids have seen things, and I'm worried something is happening to my husband.
On a spookier note, that was a quick look at Night Swim, which opens Friday. The supernatural horror flick follows a woman who finds herself terrorized by an evil spirit haunting her backyard pool. Star Carrie Condon says she was actually drawn to the project because of her love of swimming, but luckily the Better Call Saul alumna says the petrifying production hasn't soured her relationship with water.
I still love swimming. I still go swimming all the time. It didn't change my feeling of it. If anything, like, it made me want to do more underwater camera stuff because I really enjoyed it.
The Scare Fest is a full-length adaptation of an acclaimed 2014 short film of the same name. You can catch Night Swim in theaters this weekend. You going to do any night swimming, Jeff?
Nice.
It sounds scary. Do you like scary movies?
Not really. I got scared.
I
was
know.
just thinking of the pool. I roll into the Y on occasion. I don't. I walk right around the pool to the sauna and stuff. So no, I definitely. No.
Right. You're going to be staying far away from the pool if you see that, especially at night. It's eerie enough as it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you throw in some horror and yeah.
As far as swimming, at least outside, we probably should avoid that, right, this time of year?
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen to you. You're the weather authority. Well, before we head to break, it's time to look at today's. Oh, we are going to break. We'll be right back.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Buy a sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or sausage McGriddles and get one for $1.
Ready? Okay.
Hygge, a calm, comfortable time with people you love, often enjoyed with a good book, a warm blanket, and a crackling fire. Let La Crosse Fireplace Company help create this feeling in your home. Choose a Heat and Glow fireplace in gas, wood, or pellet. Stay warm and cozy with the Heat and Glow fireplace from La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
I love that my daughter still needs me, but sometimes I can't help due to burning and stabbing pain in my hands. So I use Nervive.
Nervive's clinical dose of ALA reduces nerve discomfort in as little as 14 days.
Now I can help again. Feel the difference with Nervive.
Jordan's sore nose let out a fiery sneeze, so Dad grabbed Puffs Plus lotion to soothe her with ease. Puffs Plus lotion is gentle on sensitive skin and locks in moisture to provide soothing relief. A nose in need deserves Puffs indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, I turn the spotlight on you. Inspiring stories. I can do it! That's right! The biggest stars. You have your own show.
I love Jennifer.
Weekdays at 4 on News 8.
It is 5:51, time for your morning news now. Demolition is underway on a La Crosse building often referred to as the Meth Motel. The former America's Best Value Inn on Rose Street near the I-90 ramp is being torn down. Quick Trip purchased the property last fall and was granted demolition approval last month. The gas station chain already operates an active location adjacent to the now demolished inn. Helping people with disabilities find independence is the goal of a new $22 million housing project just approved by the La Crosse Judiciary and Administration Committee. Haven on Main is a development project aiming to build a 74-unit building between State and Main, as well as 9th and 10th Streets in La Crosse. Local nonprofits serving the disabled community approve, saying it'll help their residents find accessible and affordable housing. The proposal now goes before the full Common Council for final approval. Both Gunderson and Mayo Clinic in La Crosse welcoming their first babies of the new year Monday. At Mayo Health Clinic, Iana was born to Maria and Rogelio at 4:23 a.m. She weighs a healthy 7 pounds, 7 ounces. And over at Gunderson, Noah was born to Jenna and Nick at 12:15 a.m. He weighs 8 pounds, 11 ounces. Noah's parents say they're excited to watch him grow up.
We're excited, so we're ready to get home, get into somewhat of a routine as much as we can, and just watch him grow up, and that's what we're most excited about.
No doubt.
So.
Start making memories.
And Diana's parents say they named her after a local religious figure.
Especialmente se lo pusimos. We chose the name especially because of a little virgin that's found in the sanctuary. It's the Virgin of Guadalupe.
They add their first child is excited to be a big brother. Both families have been discharged and are ready to start the next chapter of their lives.
Cloudy skies today, a lot like yesterday. We'll add in the potential maybe for a few snowflakes in there. Very little expected. Northwest winds about 10 miles an hour. We're already in the low mid 30s across the area. Temperatures will probably waffle a little bit here and there today. There's your La Crosse planner. For Eau Claire, northwest winds about 10 miles an hour, about 31 the likely high temperature today. Mainly cloudy skies. Pulling it all together for your 8-day outlook. The average being 28 La Crosse, 24 Eau Claire. You can see that we're on the milder side by a little bit. Legitimate snow measurable probably early next week, Alexandra.
All right, looking pretty calm. Not too many graphics there on your forecast. Well, here's a heartwarming story to give our show a happy ending this hour. A dog owner in Texas being reunited with her pet pooch. Miley, a 4-year-old pup who lives with her owner Joanna, originally ran away on Thanksgiving from their home in Arizona. Just in time to make the New Year special, Joanna got her back on January 1st. She says she's grateful to the community in Texas where she eventually found her furry friend. Locals gave her tips on where to find the wayward dog, who turned out to be undernourished from the experience but otherwise unharmed. Now Miley is back safe and sound with Joanna and her wife. Love tales like that.
Yeah, no pun intended.
See what I did there.
As slow moving as I am this morning, I caught that one.
You got it, and we are proud
story,
of you.
yes.
Yes. And you know, cats do that too. I have reported on cats finding their way back home.
They tend to be almost a little bit better when it comes to that. They'll disappear for like a year and then
Right, and
resurface
come back
stuff
years
like
later.
that. Yeah.
All right, happy endings there. Well, big changes are on the way for the Valley View Mall. The reason? The Macy's department store has closed its doors for good. Now a group is set to tear it down. We'll have details on that major development coming up at the top of the hour.
Hamas leader killed in Lebanon. I'm Jared Hill with why there are concerns this could escalate tensions in the region.
There are many reasons to join the Y. Building endurance, losing weight, strengthening your heart. When you join the Y, you're committing to more than simply becoming healthier. You're supporting the values and programs that strengthen community. Join the Y today.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams.
Look at you. Okay, you ready?
Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. And action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
New and current customers can get the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Here's Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ah, my bottom's been saved.
With its diamond weave texture, Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort.
Enjoy the go with Charmin.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
Become a better you with the help and support of the Y. Join us for Interval Zone, a high-intensity interval class to give you a total body workout. Try small group training and work out with a few friends. You can be stronger and living better through the help of the Y.
The Board Store Home Improvements family wishes you a Happy New Year. Visit soon to plan your 2024 home improvement project. It's never too early to dream.
Streaming live on News8000.com. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
Jeff Andrews.
It's Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. Wednesday, but it kind of feels like Tuesday, but it also kind of feels like Monday. It's one of those weeks where,
It does, a little repeat as far as our weather today. Maybe that's why. Or
yeah,
something
that's
like
true,
that.
too.
Yeah.
Another gloomy one out there, right?
A lot of cloud cover. We could change it up a little bit with a few snowflakes, and really that's about it today. Very similar. We got some sun, though, fairly soon for you. All right, see all the cloud cover right now? You look to the top of your screen, you can see the light blue. That's light snow, perhaps, the far northern portion of the state. It's very spotty at this hour. Has to do with the system further to our north. It's 33 La Crosse, 32 Eau Claire, Black River Falls 32, it's 30 Sparta and Viroqua, Prairie du Chien at 32, 34 Boscobel. See the temperatures haven't dropped off all that far. We're expecting a high around 33, so the temperature is really your takeaway on that. It's not going to move a whole lot. Northwest breeze about 10 miles an hour. Eau Claire a tad bit cooler, perhaps about 31. Temperatures once again a little up, a little down, but not a lot of movement. The possibility maybe seeing some scattered flurries, right? That's a possibility today. Temperatures, yeah, cool, but still above normal. And we're looking at some sunshine for our Thursday. Now, we have some snow potential, too, as we get towards the weekend. We'll go through that in your full forecast in about 10 minutes. Alexandra?
All right, Jeff, we'll see you later. Thank you. Time now for the stories we're following this morning, beginning with protests erupting in the Middle East overnight after the killing of a senior Hamas leader in Lebanon. Lebanese officials blaming Israel for the deadly attack, though Israel is not commenting at this time. As CBS News correspondent Jared Hill reports, the strike has again raised fears that the fighting could expand beyond the borders of Israel and Gaza.
These are the smoldering remains from a drone strike that killed a senior Hamas leader, Salah al-Aruri, founder of the terror group's military wing, and several other Hamas militants dead in Beirut. This man says he heard the big explosion caused by the strike and ran towards it. He describes seeing body parts on the ground in the aftermath. Al-Aruri's killing sparked protests in the West Bank overnight as concerns increased that the conflict could spill over to neighboring regions. In Lebanon, Hezbollah leaders have threatened a severe reaction, while Lebanese officials say the strike violates their sovereignty. Also, overnight, Israel's military released new video of strikes carried out against Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. Israeli defense officials say they're prepared for any scenario and that they remain focused on the fight against Hamas. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry says more than a dozen Palestinian civilians, including a baby, were killed in Israeli strikes on the Nusret refugee camp and the Khan Yunis headquarters of the Red Crescent Society, a humanitarian organization.
No child in the world should be killed, let alone one sheltering under the emblem of a humanitarian organization.
And in the Red Sea, tensions still high yesterday as Yemen-based Houthi rebels fired 2 anti-ship missiles, though the U.S. says they didn't cause any damage.
Yesterday, the U.S. Department of State issuing a strongly worded statement condemning comments from 2 Israeli ministers advocating for the resettlement of Palestinians outside of Gaza. The State Department calling those comments, quote, inflammatory and irresponsible. The U.S. military will continue to have a presence at a Qatar Air Force base, air base that is, for another 10 years. According to 3 U.S. defense officials, the 2 countries reached an agreement behind closed doors. The Al Udeid Air Base will be the largest U.S. military installation in the Middle East, and it's expected to house more than 10,000 American service members. The agreement comes just 1 month after Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin visited that base, and also comes as the U.S. military has boosted its presence in the region following those threats from Iran-backed militant groups. The Justice Department has opened a new indictment against New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez. In that new indictment, prosecutors allege the Democratic senator has also received gifts from the country of Qatar as part of a years-long corruption scheme. This comes just months after Menendez was indicted for allegedly acting as a foreign agent for Egypt. Menendez has denied any wrongdoing and says he won't step down from the Senate amid growing calls for his resignation. Former President Donald Trump has filed an appeal against the Maine Secretary of State's decision to remove him from the primary ballot in that state. In the lawsuit, the GOP frontrunner accusing the Secretary of State of bias and is asking for the court to overturn her decision and put him back on the ballot. In her decision last week, the Secretary of State said she had the legal obligation to remove Trump from the state's ballot due to his alleged actions during the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. The Biden administration is calling for the U.S. Supreme Court to allow Border Patrol agents to cut razor wire put up at the southern border. Last year, Texas sued to stop the removal of that wire, saying it was destruction of state property. Following that lawsuit, a federal appeals court ordered a halt to cutting the controversial security wire. In response, the Justice Department now filing an emergency application asking the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn that decision. The Biden administration says agents cut the razor wire to bring medical aid to migrants. And speaking of the border, House Speaker Mike Johnson and other Republican lawmakers expected to visit the U.S.-Mexico border today. The group is expected to hold a press conference in Eagle Pass, Texas, discussing the Biden administration's border policies. Today's expected visit comes as the Senate is expected to resume negotiations next week on a border funding package that would also include aid for Ukraine and Israel. And back here at home, demolition is now underway on a La Crosse building often referred to as the Meth Motel. The former America's Best Value Inn on Rose Street near the I-90 ramp is being torn down. Quick Trip purchased the property last fall and was granted demolition approval last month. The gas station chain already operates an active location adjacent to the now demolished inn, but they don't have any plans to develop the new space until next year. Helping people with disabilities find independence is the goal of a new $22 million housing project just approved by the La Crosse Judiciary and Administration Committee. Haven on Main is a development project aiming to build a 74-unit building between State and Main and 9th and 10th Streets in downtown La Crosse. Local nonprofits serving the disabled community approve, saying it'll help their residents find accessible and affordable housing. The proposal now goes before the full Common Council for final approval. And it is a new year, new look for La Crosse's Valley View Mall. Two City of La Crosse committees voting to approve the demolition of the old Macy's. And as Allison Fergit reports, La Crosse residents have mixed opinions on what should replace it.
The end of an era. Illinois development group GMX is looking to demolish the old Macy's.
I guess it's just kind of sitting there anyway, so you might as well do something with it.
Along with the demolition, the mall could see the construction of 3 new restaurants and a potential car wash. While some community members are excited about the potential change,
well, I think it would be good to have something here instead of it just being an empty, wasted space right now.
Well, they should use it if they're not going to use it for Macy's.
others are disappointed.
I think that they need to find something to go in there. I think that they need it to stay put. You know, this mall is failing. I'd like to see another larger store come back in, you know.
The new restaurants that could open on the site are being described as a coffee shop, an Asian restaurant, and a chicken restaurant.
You want the Raising Cane's?
Yeah, I like chicken, so yeah.
A spokesperson for Raising Cane's said the fast food chain plans to open for business in La Crosse in May 2025.
Why not turn it into something that people want to go to use, and to make better?
La Crosse City Council member Aaron Goggin, who represents the Valley View Mall area, says the proposal is an opportunity for the city.
It's just a good use of property without disrupting a neighborhood or something else for these same businesses.
If the resolution gets final approval from the city, we could see action in the next few months.
I think you'll start seeing some stuff happen in February. So February through April, I think you'll see the demolition start.
And for Goggin, the sooner, the better.
And it just goes to show that La Crosse is a growing community and businesses want to locate here. and we're happy to have them.
In La Crosse, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
The resolution was passed by the City Plan Commission and the Judiciary and Administration Committee. Next, it heads to the Common Council for final approval. The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news, an important baby formula recall to tell you about. A baby formula maker issuing a recall for nearly 700,000 cans of formula. We'll tell you how to figure out if you need to throw away any of the formula you have for your baby.
It's an American classic, the soda fountain. I'm Michael George with the history of these iconic businesses and where you can still find them serving up delicious treats today.
And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Even the smallest person can change the course of history. Put on your cloaks and get ready for adventure. Today is J.R.R. Tolkien Day. The great author who created the land of Middle-earth was born on this day in 1892. He began writing lore for what would later become The Lord of the Rings as a British soldier fighting in the trenches of World War I. After living through combat, Tolkien went on to serve as a professor at the University of Oxford. He published the book The Hobbit in 1936, while his most famous work, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, came out later in 1954. Since then, the fantasy epic has sold more than 150 million copies in 38 different languages, as well as being turned into those Oscar-winning films. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news at News 8 Now this morning is just after the break.
Hardee's Double Deals start at $2.99. Choose a double cheeseburger, bacon double cheeseburger, or new barbecue bacon double cheeseburger. $2.99 never looked so good. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
It's about passion. It's about achievement. It's about hands-on. It's in our history. It's in our present and future. It's time to explore what Chippewa Valley Technical College is all about. Find us online at cvtc.edu and see what's in it for you.
George and Heidi use Verizon. Dan and Tina have Spectrum Mobile. With Verizon, George and Heidi pay way more for their 2 unlimited lines. With Spectrum, Dan and Tina get 1 unlimited mobile line for $29.99 and their second line free. And with Spectrum, there are no added taxes or hidden fees. Dan and Tina save big, over $1,500 in savings. So George and Heidi, what do you think?
We're switching to Spectrum.
Get 1 unlimited line for $29.99 and get your next line free. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
My doctor says I need an MRI. But where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money. And you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
Get away in your home with new upholstery from Black River Furniture Outlet. Shop our huge inventory of Ashley sectionals, sofas, and love seats. Great discounts on recliners and reclining furniture with power features like adjustable headrest, heat, or massage. Customize your feel with best home furnishings. Go smaller or go the beast. Upgrade to power or change fabrics. And if you need a lift, shop our full line of lift chairs. Plus, try out our latest hybrid, gel, and all foam mattresses on a new adjustable base. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Getting pretty close to 6:15, about 6:13. Glad you're with us. You can see a lot of cloud cover. Top of the screen, light snow, flurries. That's maybe northeastern Wisconsin and closer to Canada, really. 33 in La Crosse, 32 Eau Claire, Menominee 34, 33 in Trempealeau. The feels like with a little bit of a breeze, west-northwest winds about 5 miles an hour. They're on the lighter side right now as far as the wind, but we have a little bit of a breeze. The Coulee region highs today, we're kind of there already. Really 33 on Alaska, La Crosse, Berry Mills, West Salem. You get the general idea. We're not going to move a whole lot through the course of our day today. Further south, all right, Lynxville 33, Prairie du Chien about 33. Going further north, similar scenario, Lewiston 32, 32 Whitehall, Blair about 33 for the high temperature today. And the Chippewa Valley, same scenario, maybe a degree or two cooler. Stanley 33, Augusta 32, 31 the Eau Claire high today. You're outside this morning waiting for a lift. Here's what you can expect. A little bit on the chilly side, but quiet, just a little bit of a breeze. Pickup time, not much of a change. Sun, not likely really anything really to speak of. All right, the precipitation chances, we do have a little bit of opportunity at some today, over the weekend as well. I'll go through that in your full forecast. It's about 5 minutes away. Alexandra?
In your morning consumer news, the value of Elon Musk's biggest acquisition is dropping fast. The billionaire bought the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, in late 2022. He spent $44 billion to get a hold of that company, which he said he wanted to use to promote free speech. But things have not gone exactly as planned. The Tesla CEO has been criticized for allowing misinformation and hate speech to spread on the platform. He's also facing backlash for laying off half of the company's workforce. Now, investment giant Fidelity says its stake in X has plummeted to a value of $5.5 million. That number down from $20 million in October of 2022. And something to watch out for this morning if you have a baby at home. Infant formula maker Mead Johnson is recalling nearly 700,000 batches of its Nutramigen formula, which is for infants with allergies to cow's milk. According to the FDA, the recalled formula is at risk of exposure to a rare but dangerous bacteria, which can be fatal to infants. Now, no illnesses have been reported at this time, but experts say it's better to be safe than sorry, so throw these cans out if you have any. You can find the list of affected batches at fda.gov. Speaking of things to look out for, an outbreak of avian bird flu is hitting Northern California. While the illness doesn't normally infect humans, when it does, it can be pretty serious. The surge in California is having a big impact you may not expect. It's bringing down egg production. With fewer eggs being harvested on poultry farms, some analysts say you can expect a price jump at the supermarket in the near future.
There's going to be an effect on the market. We're going to see perhaps eggs not available in the market. We may see the price of eggs increase.
I was shopping yesterday at Lucky's here in Petaluma, and they had no eggs. None. Not an egg on the shelf.
People own backyard chickens, and they can get wiped out even if they only have 5 chickens. So they've got to be sure when they go into their backyards every morning, they have clean clothes, clean shoes, clean everything.
The outbreak is having an especially big impact on small family-owned farms, which typically operate with narrower profit margins. So far, more than 3 million birds have been euthanized in California. Starting in the 1920s, almost every neighborhood had a corner soda shop. They reached the height of their popularity in the 40s and 50s, but even now, decades later, some business owners are keeping the classic American tradition alive. Michael George has more on the legacy of the soda fountain.
At Brooklyn Pharmacy, soda jerk and co-owner Peter Freeman is serving up a little taste of the old days. This is one of just a handful of soda fountains still operating. Soda shops were once an iconic part of American culture, where teens and families would gather for an egg cream or an ice cream sundae.
1930s, there was maybe 125,000 soda fountains. As of today, there's maybe 125.
For Lena Deegan, who's in her 90s, coming here is like stepping into a time machine.
Oh my God, me and my husband, we used to always hang out there.
Here, the sights, sounds, and flavors are just the way people remember. Freeman says the draw is more than desserts.
We make memories here. We make experience here. Soda fountains are incredibly social, and it's one of the real beauties of a soda fountain is it brings people together.
These businesses faded as new inventions like the bottle cap made it easier to have soda at home. But some say it's time for the corner soda shop to make a comeback.
Brings back a lot of memories.
They've disappeared. And what we lose, not just as Americans, but as humans, is a human connection.
A reminder of how old-fashioned socializing
Delicious.
can make every day a little bit sweeter.
And soda fountains originally got their start in pharmacies in the mid-1800s. That's because people once thought seltzer could cure physical ailments. That does it for your morning consumer news. Time now 6:19. We'll check in with News 8 meteorologist Jeff Andrews now. I could go for a soda right now, maybe a sundae. How about you, Jeff?
Yeah, be a nice change up from all the coffee I drink. I want some Spring Grove soda, that's what I'm thinking. Quiet, City Cam 8, all right. On the satellite radar combo, you see to our north and east, around this low, it's rotating just like a wheel. You can see the cloud cover, perhaps. It's a closer shot for us. It's cloud cover, and perhaps as we get a little further into the day, we could see maybe some scattered flurries, perhaps some light snow. Not really expecting accumulation. Our temperatures didn't drop too far. Cloud cover, part of the reason. Feels like 29 in La Crosse. We have a west breeze at about 5 miles an hour. Eau Claire, 32, feels like 26. West wind, roughly the same thing. There's a breeze, but it's on the lighter side. Here's how it looks on Sky Tracker across the country. This is what we're watching for our chance of maybe seeing a few flakes today. As I look out to the west, because that's typically where our weather's coming from, watching this for the potential over the weekend. At this point, it looks to be tracking to our south. That's kind of what I'm eyeing up as we go across the country right now. As we take a closer shot of what we have going on today. All right, this cold front will be passing through the course of the day today. We probably maybe notice the winds will pick up a little bit, maybe some flakes along with that. Now there's an outside chance, pretty slim, where it could be in the form of freezing drizzle. The temperatures are in that ballpark, and a lot has to do with the atmosphere and the vertical as well. But I think the threat for that is pretty slim. We'll see some clearing as we get later on today. Likely starting out with some sunshine for our Thursday. There'll be some cloud cover as we go through the day on our Thursday as well, but at least a little more sunshine, an improvement over the last couple of days. Then we cloud back up as we get into our Friday. Highs today, generally where we're at right now, low mid 30s, kind of what we've experienced the last couple of days for the most part. I'm showing 33 Eau Claire, La Crosse, 31 Eau Claire. That's kind of where we're at right now. Over the 6 to 10 day stretch, we're still in the above average contour here. This is what that equates to. The confidence, 40 to 50%. Areas off to the west, that's where they're looking at some pretty chilly temperatures compared to the climatological, in other words, normal. All right, 30s today, down to 16 tonight because we're going to see some clearing. More sunshine for our Thursday. We have that to look forward to. A little bit cooler. It has to do with that cold front. Backside of that, about 30 for our high. Chilly Thursday night into Friday. Friday, mostly cloudy. Yes, we're going to cloud up about 34 for the high. Upcoming weekend, mid-30s with a possibility maybe seeing a little bit of light snow. Alexandra?
All right, we will be waiting. Thank you, Jeff. Time now is 6:22. Still to come on your morning news. Did you know your four-legged friends can help you stick to your New Year's resolutions? Coming up, we'll take a look at some ways that owning a pet can help motivate you to keep yourself and your furry family members healthy.
Conference play continuing last night on the hardwood for a few of our area high school squads. Plus, the Badgers were back on the court taking on rival Iowa. All those highlights coming up in the Blitz.
Save every day with Perks prices at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, H Perks price $1.99. Chiquita bananas, H Perks price 39 cents a pound. And Mrs. Grimes beans, H Perks price only 99 cents. Sign up for Hy-Vee Perks today.
At Overhead Door Company, we repair any garage door and only install the best, serving up to 100 miles outside of the Onalaska, Wisconsin area. When you need a door company you can trust with your life, call Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region.
Has your pet been diagnosed with a luxating patella or floating kneecap? Forget the inconvenience of travel and expense to a university. Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics in Holmen specializes in using both tibial tuberosity transpositions and block trochleoplasties to safely repair your pet's injury. Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics today.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open. You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
Jolivet Family Farms features one of the area's largest selections of frozen seafood, including king crab legs, lobster tail, shrimp, cod, calamari, alligator, salmon fillets, smelt, and frog legs. Choose from our large selection of fresh fruit and vegetables to complete your restaurant-style dinner prepared at home. Your dinner isn't complete without something from the Jolivet Homemade Bakery. Don't forget a bottle of Door County wine to complete your stay-at-home night out at Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Hy-Vee hot deals are burning hot. Lean Cuisine or Stouffer's entrees, $1.99. A 1-pound pack of Basket and Bushel strawberries, $2.99. And Cottonelle bath tissue or Viva paper towels, $4.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
Welcome to the Blitz. The holiday season has finally come and gone, and now the focus is back on the hardwood. High school teams are gearing up to make a big run toward the state tournament in March. Conference play continuing last night for a few of our area squads in the MVC. Let's start in Onalaska. Hilltoppers looking for their 3rd straight conference win of the season, hosting Sparta. Hilltoppers wasting no time. Noah Chenault going right to the cup, puts it in with a nice finish. Onalaska takes the lead, and it wouldn't stop there. Adam Skifton going QB mode, full court pass to Evan Anderson. He throws down the two-handed slam, makes it look easy. A few minutes later, Ian Cole finds Anderson, Euro step, knocks down the N1. Hilltoppers roll at home 85-45. Anderson led the way with 15. Let's keep it in the MVC. Conference rivals clashing in Holmen. Vikings hosting Toma. Home team hot in the first half. Danica Raban connects from downtown. Holmen goes up 14. Other end, Timberwolves hanging tough. Riel Pfluger wide open in the corner. She knocks down the 3. That cuts the deficit back to 11. But the Vikings answer right back. Great passing from Holmen. Charlie Casey finding Izzy Jar for the score. Lead back up to 14 for the home team. Then this time it's Jar returning the favor. Nice pass to Casey. She puts it in. Holmen gets a big conference win at home. Vikings take it 65-41. Let's head to Galesville. GET back at home. Redhawks playing host to Mauston. First half action. Redhawks swinging it. Taylor Haney, corner 3. Book it. GET goes up by 7. Golden Eagles clawing back though. Kyle Dahl motoring his way to the cup. Tough finish going to his left. That cuts it to 5. Redhawks respond though. Brecken Ebersold in the corner. He drains the triple. Lead up to 8 for GET. And then it's Kyle Sealing heating up. Look at this ball movement by the Redhawks. The junior spots up, knocks down the 3. Same spot, same result for Sealing. Redhawks in complete control. And then check this out, off the steal. Cody Schmitz all alone. The senior throws it down. Redhawks roll to the win, 74-55. Let's go to Bangor High for a little non-conference doubleheader against Blair Taylor. Cardinals got going early. Chase Horseman, nice find down low to Willis Pollock. Bucket plus the foul, Bangor leads. Wildcats not going anywhere though. Michael Waldera behind the arc, buries the 3. Blair Taylor now in front. Later in the half, it's Horseman showing off the post moves, lays it in. Bangor back on top now. Horseman, he was locked in. Check this out. No look pass finds Nolan Mitchek cutting to the hoop. That's good for 2. Wildcats keep it close, but the Cardinals hang on for the win, 74-68. Then it was the girls' turn. Bangor entering the night with just 1 loss on the season. Close game late in the first half. Kiara Cavendini finds Anna Frank from downtown. That finds the bottom of the net. Cardinals lead it. Blair Taylor putting up a fight though. Andy Beck finds Andrea Waldera in transition off the glass and in. Wildcats tie it, and then it's Beck from 3. She knocks it down. Wildcats would lead at the break, but after the break, Frank takes over. She finds Aubrey Langer on the fast break. That's good for 2. Then Frank would do it herself. Pulls up from 3. That's cash. Frank finishes with 26. Cardinals get the win, 64-47. Badgers back on the hardwood. Wisconsin taking on conference rival Iowa. First half, Stephen Crowell throws it down. We're tied at 16. Then later in the first, Badgers up 2 now off the steal. Wisconsin with numbers. Max Klesmit to AJ Storr for the flush. Storr had 16, Badgers of 4. Then Wisconsin pulling away in the second half. Chucky Hepburn off the backboard to Storr for the slam. Badgers begin 2024 with the win over the rival Hawkeyes, 83-72. That's going to do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Ashley's New Year's sale is going on now. Right now, shop Hot Buys for every room of your home and shop new collections with 0% interest through January 2029, in-store only. Celebrate and save today, only at Ashley.
Ready? Okay.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Buy a sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or sausage McGriddles and get one for $1.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
Cold weather and winter winds remind us that old windows and doors are not our friends. New windows and doors, expertly installed by certified installers, bring comfort, convenience, energy savings, and a great new look. Begin now in choosing just the right windows for your home. Order now and avoid the inevitable price increase in the new year. No worries about missing a promotion. The Board Store offers you the best possible price every day and any day. Contact us online or visit our showroom for a prompt free estimate on windows and doors or other home improvements.
Escape the chaos of everyday life and experience true relaxation and improved health at Revive Wellness Spa. Unlike any spa in the area, Revive Wellness Spa is your first choice for self-care. Our services include red light therapy, meditation pod, an infrared sauna, a float tank, and so much more. Call or book online today and receive up to 60% off your first service. Don't forget to ask about our detox specials.
Hey, Dominic here with great recipes using our Italian Pleasing. For Italian mushrooms, use a pint of mushrooms, 1 stick of butter, and 1 tablespoon of Italian Pleasing. Put in a slow cooker and cook on high for 4 hours. For Italian green beans, fry 4 chopped slices of bacon with 1/2 chopped onion. Cook 1 bag of green beans, combine everything, add in 1 teaspoon of Italian Pleasing. Get Italian Pleasing and over 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse.
Mwah! Make the resolution to get better sleep this new year with a new mattress from Ashley with 0% interest through January 2029 on in-store mattress purchases. Get 50% off select Sealy mattresses or 25% off select Ashley sleep mattresses. Only at Ashley.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Welcome back. Yesterday we gave you some tips on how to stick to your 2024 resolutions all year long. One thing we didn't tell you is that having a 4-legged friend can also help motivate you to reach your goals. Mandy Gaither takes a closer look at how pets can help you keep healthy this new year and beyond.
It's 2024, and if you're looking to make a healthy change in the new year, a furry friend may be just what you need.
There's a variety of ways that pets can play a role in helping people through the holidays, throughout the year.
Stephanie Filer with Shelter Animals Count says pets can keep you motivated to move, whether it's taking a dog or a cat on a walk outside or playing in the backyard. Staying active can benefit you both. Filer says animals can also boost mental health and allow for social connection, not only to your pet, but others you may meet when you're out.
You can connect with dog owners, you can connect with your neighbors more, and it just really helps reduce isolation, especially for seniors or people that are homebound.
If your resolution is to eat healthier, there are many foods which are good for you and your pet. Just research which fruits, veggies, and proteins are safe.
It can be everything from carrots and green beans and apples, and then, fish and chicken, and even for cats, they enjoy small amounts of salmon and eggs and chicken and turkey and cheese and all kinds of things.
Finally, Filer says saving an animal can help you feel good in the new year.
Whether it's adoption or fostering on a temporary basis, bringing an animal in that is in need of a good home is something that can absolutely give you a sense of pride and increase your mental health as well.
Studies show that owning a pet can also have several other health benefits like decreased blood pressure, lower cholesterol and triglyceride levels, as well as helping you deal with feelings of loneliness and anxiety. Well, what better way to kick off the new year than with a brand new bundle of joy? Both Gunderson and Mayo Clinic in La Crosse welcoming their first babies of the new year. At Mayo Health Clinic, Iana was born to Maria and Rogelio at 4:23 a.m. Monday, weighing in at a healthy 7 pounds 7 ounces. And over at Gunderson, Noah was born to Jenna and Nick at 12:15 a.m. He weighs 8 pounds and 11 ounces. Noah's parents say they're excited to watch him grow.
We're excited, so we're ready to get home, get into somewhat of a routine as much as you can, and just watch him grow up, and that's what we're most excited about.
No doubt.
So,
start making memories.
And Diana's parents say they named her after a local religious figure.
Especialmente se lo pusimos.
We chose the name especially because of a little virgin that's found in the sanctuary. It's the Virgin of Guadalupe.
They add their first child, you see him there, is excited to be a big brother. Both families have been discharged and are ready to start the next chapter of their lives. La Crosse's Salvation Army rang in a jolly record this year. Over $300,000 was donated to the Red Kettle campaign, jingling past totals from both 2021 and 2022. In just the final week, a whopping $98,000 came in to push the campaign over the record mark. Dedicated bell ringers and generous monetary donations helped make this season bright for the Salvation Army. They extend a big thank you to all who chipped into the kettles and helped spread holiday cheer this year.
From the Salvation Army, I just want to say thank you. The way the community has come about with their strong support, both financial, volunteer hours, just keeping us relevant here in the community is great.
Now, if you didn't get a chance to donate to the Red Kettle campaign, don't worry, you can still contribute to the overall Christmas campaign for the Salvation Army. That'll end January 31st. We have that information for you on news8000.com. And as the holidays come to a close, so does the Keep the Wreath Green initiative. That's a nationwide campaign to remind residents the importance of fire safety during the holidays. News 8 Now's Shaquille Davis has that story for us.
Annually, 7 departments in our area will put a wreath out in front of the stations. And it's just a visual reminder for our residents to keep fire safety in mind.
Those departments are in La Crescent, La Crosse, and the surrounding areas. The campaign starts after Thanksgiving and ends on the New Year. Onalaska's Assistant Fire Chief, Jeremy Southworth, explains the color selection of the bulbs on the wreath.
Our goal is to keep as many green bulbs in the wreath as possible. So every structure fire that we have will replace one of those green bulbs with a red bulb.
When residents drive by and see the wreath, with or without a red bulb, it's a reminder to do the little things during the holidays to keep safe.
Never leaving cooking unattended. Cooking fires are the #1 reason for structure fires, followed closely unattended burning of candles.
Southworth also says that while using a space heater, remember to keep at least 3 feet clear of objects. Also, get your chimney and furnaces inspected. And one more thing.
It's a good time to check your smoke detectors, and if you don't have them, make sure you install one on each floor or in every bedroom.
As for how you all did as a community to keep the infernos down this holiday season, Southworth has some very good news.
This is one of the lower years historically for us as a region. We have being only 4 bulbs, and just one of those was this weekend, and so we hung out at 3 for quite a while.
The time now is 6:37, 6:38. Here's News 8 meteorologist Jeff Andrews to tell us what to expect for our morning commute. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, Alexander. I don't know if you noticed, maybe a few more cars on the road as we're getting kind of back to normal, rolling a little further into 2024. Green light across the board today. I don't anticipate any real weather issues. Now, perhaps we get some snowflakes, maybe a little more than that. Not likely. The freezing drizzle chances are pretty slim. maybe a little bit of caution, but outside of that, I think we're in pretty good shape today. Could see some flurries along the way. More than likely, we'll see a few flakes. See a lot of cloud cover right now. Look over my shoulder. This is going to sweep across in the form of a cold front as we go through the course of our day today. Temperatures, probably not going to move a whole lot today. Maybe a little down, a little up. We're at 32 Winona, 34, just jumped 34 La Crosse, 32 in Eau Claire right now. Prairie du Chien at 32, Boscobel 34. Here's where the temperatures potentially will go today. Not a lot of movement, like I said, as we go through the rest of your daylight hours today. Generally low, mid-30s today, so you're in good shape though. I want to look at the precipitation opportunities through the course of the week, how it could impact your travel. I'll go through that, your full forecast. That is coming up next, but following, we're going to have your Buzz Report. The author of the Game of Thrones has 3 new spin-offs in the works with HBO. We're going to take a look at that in just a few minutes and tell you why the newly announced shows might be a whole lot different than the previous journeys to the 7 kingdoms. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Good morning, glad you're with us on your Wednesday, almost 6:45, about 6:43 right now. I would say no big shockers as you step to and out the door this morning. Very seasonal. It's actually kind of quiet, a little bit of a breeze. Precipitation-wise, it's rotating around a low that's to our north right now. We have a lot of cloud cover. This is going to sweep across the area. bringing us the potential for some flurries today along and I would say maybe a little bit ahead of a cold front. 33 right now. We haven't dropped back all that far. Feels like 29. West wind about 5 miles an hour. For Eau Claire is 32. Feels like 26. A light westerly breeze as well. Across the area you can see the winds generally, we do have a little bit of a breeze, but it's on the minor side. Generally from the west-northwest. Has a lot to do with where the low is positioned at this point. Not necessarily going to get warmer air coming from the west-northwest. Bigger picture on Sky Tracker, what's happening across the country. Watching what's going on the West Coast. Some of that's going to impact us over the weekend. As far as what's going on, okay, Florida, that part of the country, nothing for us to be concerned with really directly. A lot of cloud cover as we look at our Wednesday. As I take you through our day today now, the cold front likely passing through the course of the day today. We have the cloud cover. Along ahead of that could be some light snow, scattered flurries perhaps. Then we clear off by the time we get to later afternoon hours today. Should be a sunny start to our Thursday, fairly sunny day. There'll be some clouds along the way as well. Then we cloud back up on our Friday too. So briefly, at least a little bit of sunshine to brighten things up a little bit. Highs today, not really a lot of movement from where we're at right now. We've been in the low mid 30s. That's really where the highs are expected to be today. La Crosse 33, 31, Eau Claire, Winona 33, Black River Falls, Sparta about 32. Average, a little bit above, be 28 La Crosse, 24 Eau Claire. You go a couple weeks down the road, we dip a little bit. Then we start going back the other direction. Average highs, that would be the early portion of March, upper 30s, 38. I'm jumping ahead here a little bit. All right, low mid 30s today with mainly cloudy skies and perhaps a few snowflakes. With the clearing tonight, you're going to see we're going to drop down to the teens. Probably one of our chillier nights tonight, at least in the last few weeks. For our Thursday on the backside of that, sunshine, about 30 for the high temperature. Another chilly night as we head into our Friday. Friday, cloudy and 34. Saturday, mostly cloudy, about 36. Maybe some light snow. Better chance I-94 and north on Sunday and a high temperature of 35. Alexandra has our Buzz Report now.
Jeremy Renner is kicking off 2024 with a new musical diary celebrating his miraculous recovery from that freak accident that nearly claimed his life a year ago. Renner was hospitalized, you may remember, on New Year's Day 2023 as the result of a snowplow accident. The Avengers star suffered 30 broken bones and spent 10 weeks relearning how to walk. Now he's marking the anniversary of his survival with a new single. The two-time Oscar nominee says the song, called Wait, is a story of, quote, life, death, recovery, and all the things I learned along the way. Speaking of music, that was a little bit of that one song you just can't seem to get away of, whether it's during the holidays or even now. Mariah Carey's 1994 Yuletide Bop is atop the Billboard Global 200 for the 18th straight week. Even for the Queen of Christmas, that sets a new record. 2024 is getting off to a holly jolly start because all 10 of the top tunes worldwide are holiday songs.
I've been working on these books since, well, 1991, really.
George R.R. Martin looks a little bit like Santa Claus, which makes his newest announcement something of a late Christmas present for Game of Thrones fans. The fantasy writer says he's working on not one, not two, but 3 animated Westeros spin-offs with HBO. One is titled 9 Voyages and will tell the story of Lord of the Tide's Corlys Velaryon, a popular character on previous spin-off House of the Dragon. The Hugo Award winner also working on the Song of Ice and Fire book series with no release date set for its next installment.
My kids have seen things, and I'm worried something is happening to my husband.
On a spookier note, that was a quick look at Night Swim, which opens Friday. The supernatural horror flick follows a woman who finds herself terrorized by an evil spirit haunting her backyard pool. Star Carrie Condon says she was actually drawn to the project because of her love of swimming, but luckily the Better Call Saul alumna says the petrifying production hasn't soured her relationship with water.
I still love swimming. I still go swimming all the time. It didn't change my feeling of it. If anything, like, it made me want to do more underwater camera stuff because I really enjoyed it.
Scarefest is a full-length adaptation of an acclaimed 2014 short film of the same name. You can catch Night Swim in theaters this weekend. Dun, dun, dun. So take night swimming off your New Year's resolution list, I would say.
Can you imagine popping out of a pool and see? Have you seen the previews at all?
Yeah, well, just there. Yeah, that was always my fear as a child. You know, swimming in a pool, you think sharks are in there or something.
Yeah, a little bit of that, the lake, any kind of body of water.
Yeah, at night, it's very scary.
So you're not digging the scary movies?
I used to like them a lot more. Lately, no.
Doesn't go with parenting very well?
Doesn't go with parenting at all. No, you kind of get scared of everything a little more, so I tend to stay away from that, yeah. And before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Hank is turning 88 years old today. He's an avid golfer, has scored 3 holes in 1 through his career. Yeah, impressive. Doesn't throw his clubs like somebody.
I wonder who.
Yeah. He likes the Chicago Cubs too. I guess that's okay.
Chicago Cubs, not the clubs, like you.
Right.
Well, if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload the photos. Go to our website, channel8000.com. All right, there's a tab that says upload photos. It's on our website. Pretty easy to find.
And stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is up next.
Introducing Ned's Plaque Psoriasis.
Ned, what are you wearing?
He thinks his flaky red patches are all people see.
Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis.
Ned?
It can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking with no routine blood tests required. Doctors have been prescribing it for nearly a decade. Otezla is also approved to treat psoriatic arthritis. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can happen. Otezla may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Some people taking Otezla have depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur.
With clear skin, movie night is a groovy night. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla.
Time is running out on Southern Minnesota's biggest and best furniture sale, the huge New Year's sale at Drury's in Fountain. It's everything you've asked for, like 36-month special financing, store-wide sale prices, and free gas just for shopping. At Drury's, you'll save on the area's finest selection of quality brands like Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, and Daniels Amish, all at incredible savings. The New Year's sale at Drury's in Fountain, but you'll have to hurry. It all ends Monday at 8.
Honey, where are the kids?
I put them in the furnace so I could figure out why we don't have any heat.
You did what?
Maybe it's that loose wire.
Maybe it's that plug vent.
Maybe it's the bad igniter.
Maybe it's a dirty flame sensor.
Or maybe...
Why don't we just call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning?
Quality you can count on, experience you can trust.
With over 50 years of combined experience, G&T services residential and commercial customers within 50 miles of West Salem.
Pilgrims está creciendo y queremos que formes parte de una empresa exitosa, estable y segura. Estamos ofreciendo salarios más altos y más incentivos de pago que nunca. Visítenos en cualquier día para someter una solicitud en nuestra oficina de contratación o el miércoles para una entrevista inmediata. Ayúdenos a alimentar al mundo mientras le proporcionamos un entorno de trabajo seguro, un empleo estable y esencial con un salario fijo. Visítenos en cualquier momento en 502 West Main Street, Arcadia, Wisconsin o someta su solicitud hoy en pilgrims.com.
Ken Kozarowski on News 8 Now.
The Drew Crew is here! Magic's gonna happen. Yes! We're all learning about things that are meaningful and important as well as silly and fun. Don't make me laugh, I'll pee! Always fun to see a transformation. So incredible. Whoa. Top tips for how to rehab a closet. I've never seen that before. Me either. All one big happy family.
Weekdays at 3 on News 8. Download the News 8000 app today.
Welcome back. It's 6:52. Time for your morning news now. Demolition is underway on a La Crosse building, often referred to as the Meth Motel. The former America's Best Value Inn on Rose Street near the I-90 ramp is being torn down. Quick Trip bought the property last fall and was granted demolition approval last month. The gas station chain already operates an active location adjacent to the now demolished inn. They don't have plans to develop the new space, though, until next year. Helping people with disabilities find independence is the goal of a new $22 million housing project just approved by the La Crosse Judiciary and Administration Committee. Haven on Main is a development project aiming to build a 74-unit building between State and Main and 9th and 10th Streets in downtown La Crosse. Local nonprofits serving the disabled community approve, saying it'll help their residents find accessible and affordable housing. The proposal now goes before the full Common Council for final approval. Well, new year, new babies. Both Gunderson and Mayo Clinic in La Crosse welcoming their first babies of the new year on Monday. At Mayo Health Clinic, Iana was born to Maria and Rogelio at 4:23 a.m., weighing in at a healthy 7 pounds 7 ounces. And over at Gunderson, Noah was born to Jenna and Nick at 12:15 a.m. He weighed 8 pounds and 11 ounces. Noah's parents say they're excited to watch him grow.
We're excited, so we're ready to get home, get into somewhat of a routine as much as you can, and just watch him grow up, and that's what we're most excited about.
No doubt.
So.
Start making memories.
Iana's parents say they named her after a local religious figure.
Especialmente se lo pusimos. We chose the name especially because of a little virgin that's found in the sanctuary. It's the Virgin of Guadalupe.
They add that their first child is excited to be a big brother. Both families have been discharged and are ready to start the next chapter of their lives.
Generally cloudy, like yesterday. Generally low mid-30s today, kind of like yesterday. Northwest winds about 10 miles an hour. Now the potential for some light snow, maybe flurries, freezing drizzle, really slim chance at that. Not expecting any kind of real accumulation today. Not a big change from what you're seeing on your planner here. Eau Claire 31, we've already eclipsed that. We'll go back and forth as we go through the day. All right, what I like is the sunshine for our Thursday. And mid-30s towards the weekend. Next week, maybe something measurable, Alexandra.
Heartwarming story to end our show today. A dog owner in Texas being reunited with her pet Pooch. Miley, a 4-year-old pup who lives with her owner Jonah, originally ran away on Thanksgiving from their home in Arizona. Now, just in time to make the New Year special, Jonah got her back on January 1st. Jonah says she's grateful to the community in Texas where she eventually found her furry friend. Locals gave her tips on where to find the wayward dog, who turned out to be undernourished from the experience, but otherwise unharmed. Now, Miley is back safe and sound with Jonah and her wife. Wow, from Arizona to Texas, that's quite a trek.
I'd say, I wonder what made the dog
go away.
Go on an adventure.
I know. You know, my cat's always trying to dart out. I think yours is too.
They do, but usually they know where the warmth is, the food, things of that
they
nature,
don't go too far. Hopefully they would come back though, if anything. You do hear about cats coming back years after.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Happy ending, that's good.
That is good news for sure. And we could only hope the same if anything ever happened to our cats.
Well, I'd have a meltdown.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll see you back here at noon. Have a great day.